Hey guys, this is Jenny.
Mike.
Pratt Family Homestead. And today we're going to show you how we make our non-fat Greek yogurt. So we're going to use a gallon of fat-free milk and yogurt from before, and we're going to stick it in the Instant Pot.
So we strain our yogurt and make non-fat Greek yogurt. There's lots of reasons why, mainly the protein content and our calorie counting and that kind of stuff.
All right, let's get to it and make this yogurt. And the first step is to just take your milk and pour it in. Now, like Mike said, we use non-fat milk. You can use any kind of milk. You can use whole milk, 2%, skim milk. We've done this with goat's milk, anything. All right, milk is in. So your next step is to place your lid back on. And you can have your vent open or closed, it doesn't matter, we close it. And we're gonna press our yogurt button until it says boil, and that's gonna bring it up to temperature. We're gonna try to bring our milk to 180 degrees. Ours doesn't always reach that high, so we usually end up somewhere in the 170 range, but 180 is about where you wanna get.
So we're gonna bring this up to 180, then we're gonna cool it back down to below 110. Some people say below 115. We usually go for below 110.
Okay, so we usually leave the lid on so it can help it warm up, but occasionally you want to go ahead and give it a stir to help prevent it from sticking to the bottom of the pot. So we've been on and off stirring to make sure that it doesn't stick to the bottom or it doesn't stick to the bottom too much.
And so while it's coming up to temp, I just want to talk about this real quick. This is saved yogurt from the last batch that we've made, and we've been doing that for multiple batches now. You could go to the store, buy yogurt, any yogurt, Greek yogurt, whatever, that says it has live culture in it. Typically there's at least 2, but the original starter from these batches came from what brand? Chobani. And it has, I believe, 5 live cultures in it, and I'll put that label up here as well. But that came from a non-fat Greek yogurt.
Plain yogurt.
Non-fat plain Greek yogurt as well, with, like I said, with the 5 live cultures in it. So anyways, that's what we're using, is we use that Chobani. 6, 7, 8, 10 batches ago. And we've been reusing the yogurt from each batch now, and so we save a 1/4 cup. And that's what we're going to make this yogurt with.
Oh, we're getting there.
So our Instant Pot has started turning off at like 150, 60. So we usually have to turn it back on again. So if you find that it's not getting up close to 180, like I said, we've been about 174 or so. And there's our Mr. Minton's. Thank you. Check out his Instagram. I'll put that right there for you. Once above 170, we usually call it good, and we've had no problems with the yogurt being made. So
now we're just going to come put it in a sink full of cold water so then it can help it cool down, and we're looking for it to be under 110 degrees.
It's amazing how fast that'll cool off with it in the water like that.
Yes.
Okay, so what we can do now is we can go and take some of this out of here, put it in that bowl, and we'll mix that yogurt culture into it. We will verify that it's cool enough, but we can go and get that mixture, that culture mixed all in. So when we put this back in the Instant Pot, it's all liquefied. It's not clumpy or nothing. It'll be all good to go.
Okay, so we're at a point we're going to take some of this milk and add it into this bowl, and then we're going to check the temperature to make sure it's below 110. And as long as it is, we'll get a little bit more here. Then we can add in our culture. Let's see. Beautiful. So we're going to add in our live culture and whisk that together. So adding in our yogurt and live culture from our last batch. We're going to whisk this together so that when we add it back into the pot, it's not all clumpy. Sweet. Stir it up. All right, so we got the outside of the pot all dried off from being in the sink and got it put back in here. And so we're gonna put our lid back on and get it all ready to go. So I'm gonna press the yogurt button until we hit normal. We run ours for 12 hours, but you can run it for however long you want. You can go 10 hours, 15 hours. We like to do 12 hours, and then usually it sits on the counter for a little longer before we get to it anyways.
So the yogurt's going to sit there for about 12 hours, and we're going to go to bed and take care of this in the morning. Now it's going to sit here all night and turn into yogurt while we sleep.
Sounds good to me.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
All right, we're 1 minute into it. Only 11 hours and 59 minutes to go. Okay, it's the next morning. Instapot is done. It just beeped, actually. Jenny and I just got up, ready to go work out. You ready to go work out?
Ready.
And we'll come back in and strain this. Homemade Greek yogurt after my workout. I've also got a whey protein powder in here. And it's a good thing we're making yogurt because this one's out. The yogurt is done. It's probably been 14, 15 hours now. Yeah. Jenny and I are done working out for the morning. I got to get going to work. She's got to get online to do some school. So we're going to get this straining. Basically, you can use cheesecloth, or we're going to use this flour cloth, I think is what it's called. I think we actually got these for bread making or something.
I don't remember at this
I don't
point.
Yeah, I don't remember either. But anyways, we're going to strain it. We're going to try to get equal parts 2 quarts of whey-ish and 2 quarts of Greek yogurt. Okay, so she's going to take that out and just dump it right in there. We're going to end up hanging it from our counters right here. You got that?
I got it.
And it's going to look like it's not going to fit, but it is.
Woo! Use a spatula. Look at that.
That's goodness right there.
We'll just finish cleaning it out.
Did it burn to the bottom?
Along the edges, you can see it stuck a little bit.
But other than that, you're just scraping out goodness.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to take my corners and I'm going to tie them into a knot, making it nice and tight because this stuff is heavy. Alright, so we're going to pop this in here. We're going to open it up.
This is super technical right here.
Oh, yeah.
Super.
I got to slide my bowl out. Up and in. Through the other handle. Magic.
One thing we've been learning is to leave enough room so that we can pull this out, dump it into a mason jar, and put something else under there like a mason jar. So she's got that perfect to be able to put a mason jar up under there. So we'll let that strain for, I mean, it could take an hour.
Yeah, it just depends on how it goes, and then every now and then we'll just come mix it up.
Yep, see how she's stirring it, and it's getting it, it's opening up the cloth here to allow more liquid to come out. And so we'll do that every once in a while, get some more out of there. All right, so that's the basics of the yogurt making. We'll show you, we'll get it jarred up and show you all that good stuff. So, but super easy, super simple, Instapot, nice little incubator for the yogurt. We've done lots of other methods of even putting it in the oven, I think, wrapped in towels, put it in coolers, everything works. The trick is to keep it right around 100 degrees. We got all kinds of fermented goodness going on here. We got some sourdough, we got our mixed veggies, we got videos on this, we got our yogurt going. We love our fermented foods. All right, let's get this whey into here. We are, oh goodness, I'm gonna make a mess. Up. We'll see how that goes. There's a quart of whey. Watch this. There. You drain in there while I fill this one. All right. What do you think? You think it's going to be another quart?
Yeah.
That's it. Yogurt's done. We We will take this, put it in here. This gets messy. Obviously, we will wash this cloth, but we're going to scrape this all off of here as much as we can. This is all goodness. We don't want this to go to waste. And we're just going to keep pulling it back. We've used cheesecloth for this several times. It's just as much yogurt as we make and other thing like farmer's cheese and stuff, as much as we make our own stuff, the cheesecloth you just go through so fast, and we're always buying it, huh, Jenny?
Yeah.
So this takes a little extra more time, takes a little extra laundry, takes a little extra washing it out, but we don't gotta run to the store and buy cheesecloth. And technically, we make farmer's cheese in this too, so I guess we can call this cheesecloth.
Yes, we.
Okay, we're going to put that in the sink to be rinsed out. Look how that has thickened up. Here. Jenny does not like the warm yogurt. Good stuff. All right, so let's load up a couple quarts worth. Oh, look at that. Getting full. Is that too full?
No.
Let me see. I don't want to waste this, so I'm actually wiping it off the spatula here because it gets messy in there stirring it up and stuff. Get all out of this glass bowl that I can get reasonably without sitting here for a couple hours getting every last little, well, I am kind of getting every last little drop. Okay. Okay, so before we forget, we want to save about a 1/4 cup of this for the next batch. And this is an awfully big spatula to keep using for this. Like, this is going to make a mess. I usually have the little one, but we'll get it all cleaned up. That's more than a 1/4 cup, I think, but that's going to be fine. Put the lid on. Okay, we'll get these cleaned up. Be right back.
We made yogurt.
Yay! So we got our 2 quarts of Greek yogurt. We got 2 quarts of whey, which ultimately we end up feeding that to our chickens. But I might play around with adding whey to some sourdough bread. Might play around with that.
And we have our reserve.
And we have our reserve to make our next batch. Now, full disclosure, this yogurt has become a little too sour for Jenny. She doesn't care for it. So when we first used the culture from the Chobani, I can't say that. Chobani has like, it's not a sour Greek yogurt or anything, and I would say the first 3, 4, 5 batches I made, no real sourness or anything, but it's been continually getting a little more sour with each saved batch. So what I might do is go buy a thing of Chobani's, did I say it right? And freeze 1/4 cups so that we can just use that to make it. Or maybe make Jenny some and then me some, because I dig the sour. I love the sour. Just like the sourdough bread. The sourer it gets, the better I like it. So that's that.
So one of the other benefits to making our own is we get 2 quarts out of a gallon of milk. A gallon of milk is $2.82, whereas buying non-fat plain Greek yogurt, the Chobani specifically, from the store, depending on which store we get it from, is $5 to $6 for 1 quart. So we're doubling the amount for less than half the cost.
And our chickens are getting a great benefit, and we know, well, for the most part, exactly what's in it. Just milk and the starter. The Chobani's might be a little bit more expensive than the other ones, maybe.
Yeah.
But they're all like generally $5 a quart, $5 to $7 a quart.
Mm-hmm.
And this non-fat milk was
$2.82.
Okay, so that's our yogurt. Thanks for sticking around, guys. Really appreciate it. Hopefully this was painless for you.
Painless.
You can do it. Make your own. A lot of that store-bought stuff, tons of added sugar, all that. I like that brand Chobani because from what I remember, it does not have added sugar or anything. So read your labels, eat healthy.